So your intro isn't done yet, and I'm already done with the board.
Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for Thanksgiving, November the 28th, 2024. And obviously Chris is here and Taz is here. And I can't speak for them, but I've been up since 3. I've been up for 3 hours.
I've been up since 9:30. Fluffy, my fluffy baby just came up to me. Hello.
I have one fluffer
Hello,
up here,
sweetheart.
and the other one's downstairs. And
Hello, my sweetheart.
They were both super stressed out yesterday, so between rain.
With everything that's been happening.
Well, I had to work a full day, then I had to go to a meeting on the northeast side of town during Thanksgiving, then I had to do the groceries. And while all this is happening, Id is realizing he's really sick, and I'm like, there's no way I can get home faster than this, so he called an ambulance. And I said, but if you do that, you have to put the dogs in the bedroom, because otherwise I have no idea what will happen. So they were put in the bedroom for like an hour until I got home. They were not happy. Id's home, just tired, but came back with nothing worse than a positive COVID test. Just everything with COVID. So
You better stay away.
I have been vaccinated so many times, completely exposed to everything, and so far I haven't gotten it. Or if I've gotten it, it's been so mild that it hasn't affected me.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm supposed to go to my son's, though, today, and it's one of those, I honestly don't know if I can just get my butt out of bed and go do stuff for a day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Since I kind of have to work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but I can work partially from the house. So that's something.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, good morning to everybody. Except apparently it's the 4 of us and 2 strangers. Hi, Mar Hawkman.
Yeah. My last day of the event.
Yay!
I'm gonna claim it today.
Yeah, Mar Hawkman, that's pretty much the case these days with current COVID, is most people get it and either have cold flu symptoms and don't even realize they had it, or, I think the thing that triggered the 2 people I have known who've had it most recently is this sore throat. People have been complaining it's just a horrible sore throat. I mean, really miserable.
No, speaking of viruses, virus thing is a fun kit module.
That's what he says. Yes, I have not used the virus module.
The topic, wow, how the topic merged. I was just talking about C19.
That's in the events thingy. I haven't grabbed it yet.
We'll still need to do one swarm. It's Twin Tribulations as a...
That's a space one.
It's a space one, isn't it? Yeah, I was
wondering. It's the 2 teams of 5. And you have to do various things. We can see if it's available.
I relatively like it.
Okay.
I relatively like it because if the players understand what's needed for them to do in each rooms, it goes quite fast.
Yeah, a lot of times I have to...
when they're like headless chickens running around.
It's like, no, you have to get inside the box. I'm typing, get inside the box. Like, inside the box.
You have to hold the button or something like it. It's just like take them forever.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. If they don't know the hold button.
Is probably approaching the stupid colored thingies.
Yeah. If you've got somebody with an escort, though, who can just zip around and get everything, goes great. Good morning, Mar Hawkman.
Except I don't fly escorts because I die in them immediately.
But some people do, and I mean, they can just do the zippy zappy, they're here, there, and done. And we get it done really fast.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, shall I send out some team invitations and we can do stuff?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Yes, please.
How much fun have you guys been having with the Golden Aegis?
I just opened mine today. I've been working 40 hours a week this last week and barely had time for anything.
I mean, absolutely. Outside of the fact that I detest Ferengi, but in their core philosophy and their existence irks me, and I just really, I know that no one tried to blow them up out of the sky. I do like the ship.
I'm pretty sure there have been people who did attempt to blow the Ferengi up at some point.
Yeah, I mean successfully. They are the biggest pest in the bloody galaxy, and the fact that they're still being like they're being allowed to things, like the fact that like they were allowed. They're not part of the Federation. They're not part of any treaty. Why are they being allowed to the Alliance meetings, like with in
They
STO? Like, excuse me, get the hell out! You're gonna
they
try to sell
serve
the
their
profit out of everything,
purpose,
which is being detrimental to everything and slowing things down. No, go away. No,
but they have
it's gonna happen outside.
As I was trying to say yesterday,
yeah.
the Ferengi is in a uniquely powerful position because they have the best of everything.
It's true.
So
Yeah,
going
but
up against
they
us
have the worst of
Ferengi is
everything
like a
except for principles.
Well, see,
Yeah,
the
but-
gimmick with the Ferengi is that they basically just like swipe stuff from anyone that they can swipe stuff from.
Yes.
No, they don't swipe. They purchase at a discount.
Yes, that's what they do. They have the best of the best on pretty much everything. That's why every time an encounter with the Ferengi is such an annoying one, because they always sit in a superior position. If they wouldn't, they would never engage.
I mean, morally, they're never in a superior position, but morality is
That's true.
They
Well, see, one thing
Close.
to consider here is that in the context of Star Trek, the vast majority of alien civilizations are worse.
These are judgmental statements. I mean, we're based on our system. On theirs, it's fine. That's the way we always do business. Oh, so we just always go in with our very human-centric moral position and judge them.
I mean, because you have Orions, you have Romulans.
I mean, there's chauvinists at
Oh, yeah.
base.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I will not tolerate them in any capacity.
Good morning, Ed. How are you feeling?
Welcome back to the living.
Yeah. And I'm going to guess his mic isn't up yet, because I'm not even seeing that light up. Well, I hope you're feeling better, Ed. And if you need anything and you don't want to leave your room, I'll figure that out. And gone. I think maybe his mic's out.
Probably.
Or his throat's so bad he can't
talking
talk.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would think talking right now would be really difficult.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember when I had COVID,
Yeah.
it's like just saying two words and you're completely exhausted. It's like,
I remember mining back in 2021. I thought I'm dying. I thought I'm just like I couldn't lift my arms. Like I was lying on the bed and I was forcing myself to get up to walk my dog because no one would, because everyone was on lockdown and here people weren't even allowed to get out of their houses unless they were going to a store, and it was only to back here and back again, right? You couldn't just go on an errand outside, so I had to go out and take my dog. I was probably one of the few people who were allowed to get out of their houses outside to get a breather of fresh air. But I was just like, no, do your thing, and I'm going back. I can barely stand, and it's a blur. I don't remember how many days. I don't remember what I did. I remember lying in bed and being completely unable to move, unable to lift my hands, lift my head. Was awful.
It's back.
And that was at the very beginning of it. It was 2021. It was in the biggest phase of it, right? So
Darkthorn had it in. I want to say it was 2022, beginning of the year. I could be off by that, but he would call me and go, "Am I dying?" "No, you're not dying." "I feel like I'm dying." "You're not dying." He went to the doctor. They said, "You have COVID and you need to stay at home and, do the things. Drink your drinks, stay in bed, don't go out." And he was just in bad shape. But, 5 days later, he's like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, better."
I mean, that's basically just like, oh, you have the flu and you need to rest kind of level of being ill, from what I can tell.
Well, when
I
first
can't have the flu, but it's completely almost without symptoms because I discovered it with the doctors before it started to multiply.
Yeah, it's
Very mild
from
present.
what I've heard, 90% of cases they've identified are actually ones where it's just completely passive and doesn't even bother whoever's
Yeah.
infected.
Either the immune system kicks it back to the point where you can deal with it, or it's just not that bad in the first place for a flu.
No, pretty much.
How's everyone?
We're doing okay. How are you feeling?
Feel like I've been run over by a herd of turtles driving Mack trucks.
Slowly, clearly, just cringe.
For like an entire week this month, I had a sore throat, and I'm just like, well, that's probably not a COVID symptom. That's probably a different disease.
No, that's a big COVID symptom.
Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, sore throat. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like the first symptom.
You a test. Here, in here, if you go to the doctors and you say, you know, I've been having sore throat for like a week and it's not going down. Did you have a test for COVID? Because that's probably it. And I'm like, okay, never thought about that.
Yeah, it's the first thing everybody at work
like
complains about.
The entire list of all of the really obvious I'm sick things also apply to COVID. Great.
Yeah, there's that. So when I got Lyme disease, doing the obvious diagnosis thing, went to the doctor and he's like, well, first thing, it sounds like Lyme disease. I said, yeah, but I didn't get the rash. And he's like, yeah, that doesn't happen as much as people think it does. You got 9 out of 10 symptoms, not the rash. Let's test for Lyme disease. So yeah, the things that everybody knows about are sometimes not the thing. Anyway, should we go shoot stuff?
Yep.
Shooting stuff be good?
Yeah, I figure might as well do the Endeavor.
Which one?
Twin Tribulations.
You guys want to do Twin Tribulations? We can give it a shot. I mean, there's 4 of us. At least we'll know 80% of what's going on.
I need to see if I'm still in cooldown for it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, someone's already done it, of course.
Well, it's been up for, a day now? Hang on a sec. Oh, it's not in there. Interesting. Hang on, I'll tell you in a second if you're still in cooldown.
Mine has 2 minutes left.
Oh, we can wait 2 minutes for you.
No worries. I'm wondering how I can tackle that one.
I'm still on the Carnarvon. I got the Dreadnought out of the box. And I'll play with it a little bit later today after I figure out what's going on with Thanksgiving and all that stuff. I did get the giveaway on all 4 of my accounts, so yay! So it won't be one of those where I forgot about it. And I bought some of the Zen, so this tune has got Zen now.
I do have to say that there are several things that I find to be lacking with the uniform they gave away, but, well, I mean, it's like, mainly it's just the fact that it's not really a uniform. Also, it's like, I have to question the logic of why they made those Ferengi costumes Federation only.
I have no idea. That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they didn't make models for Klingons or other races. I don't know.
Well, see, because like it wouldn't really be all that difficult for most of the KDF races.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yes, you have the Gorn, which are an obvious exception.
No, but they're not, because I mean,
Orions are basically, humans with green skin, so it's a pretty easy one to swap it over to Orions. And Klingons don't actually have a different body shape than humans, they just have different heads, which doesn't actually apply to this outfit, so that one should be easy.
That one should actually work for Gorn too, because like the Khitomer uniform fits on a Gorn.
They may have actually done a separate mesh for it just to force it to work.
Mm-hmm.
Because like we have seen that the devs will on some occasions make completely rebuild a duplicate copy of a costume just to make it work on a single specific race. Like the thing about that whole thing with the a Boimler headpiece that surprised me most is that there's a special version of that you can only use on Talaxians.
Oh, the Rutherford one?
Yeah, Rutherford, sorry. Yeah, Rutherford, not Boimler. Because, like, the whole, like, cybernetic ear thing. it has different versions of the cybernetic ear for human-shaped ears, Vulcan-shaped ears, and Talaxian ears. Which is
Really
Huh.
niche.
Why did they bother making a specific version just for Talaxians? Because they can.
Are you out
But
of
it's one of-
cooldown, Taz?
Didn't they make the Talaxians playable, so they just wanted that to be tailored to them?
Yes, but they didn't actually make it work for all races, just most of them.
Weebu?
We will.
We were.
And
Yeah.
all of the other races except Talaxians share two variants between them all.
What was
And
that?
then you have the Talaxians, who are the only race that gets that one specific variant ear shape. Like I said, it's one of those things. Like sometimes the devs will go to extra work and make something that most people wouldn't even notice was there, if they're not reading on the wiki about it. But then there's the ones where I don't know. Some things just seem easy that they just don't actually do.
Well, if they're doing something that's unusual, there's probably a reason, like one of the devs is playing that and wanted to experiment with it. Okay. Too many declines. Let's see what happens.
Uppers.
It's entirely possible that this is one of those things where, since it's actually a 10-man TFO, some of the other people just left it wait for and just were AFK and didn't notice the pop up.
Well, Taz having just been in it, my guess was that people were trying to get it done since it is a holiday here, which, by the way, made Gorn Canyon really quiet. I was able to get my 60 pretty quickly.
Is it all done off, Tazzy? Can we do the Twin Tribulations now?
Yeah,
aren't we
we're
good?
queued for it.
How with the
Oh,
puppers?
okay. I haven't noticed.
How are the puppers? They are sleeping. They got up with me at 3, went outside, and both of them went back to bed. And when I opened the door a few minutes ago, they're like, "It's okay, Mom. We're good." But it stopped
Yeah,
raining, so we will have a nice walk in a little bit.
Oh, it's quite abysmal here right now. It was quite okay when we got out, but it started raining as soon as we returned, and now it's just like dark and gloomy and low.
That was yesterday, and add to that holiday traffic, I was just like, oh, God. It's normally about 15 minutes back from my last appointment of the day to, 20 minutes, to the house, and it took me 20 minutes just to get to the on-ramp to the expressway. It was backed up for miles. So I had to reroute and kind of go all the way back to the other side and pick up a different road. And of course, that's where all the grocery stores are. And people are going to the grocery store because they're all just getting out of work and all doing their shopping. And this may
Wow,
take...
it reboot, and it's just like...
Well, it said we got a decline from team members.
Yeah, like the first one actually failed, and so we're waiting on a second one.
Yeah, we're still in the queue.
I would think it would just come up quite quickly, considering it's a
Yeah.
See,
universal.
If it was a 5-man, yeah. 10-mans are one of the weird ones, because getting a 10-man to pop when it's not a universal is almost impossible.
That was a weird episode.
Which one?
The one with 10 men.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Cleverly entitled Tin Man.
Sorry, dad joke.
Anyways.
Had to get it out.
I don't think that counts as a joke.
It's a dad joke.
It is a dad joke, yes.
That checks out.
So, when they put on the monitors in the hospital last night,
Yeah.
they had to shave me because they wouldn't stick. And I described myself as being the love child of Robin Williams and Andre the Giant. And the attending just fell on the floor laughing because she could picture it.
No. The act of unioning is...
I'm with Mom on this one. Anyways.
Well, let's see. What else can we do? Maybe we should come back to this in a few minutes, since it looks like it'll be a bit.
Perhaps.
I mean,
Oh, there it is.
wait,
We will.
Oh, there you go. Like when you start to say something, it just pops.
Yeah, you threaten it, and it'll show up.
That's a rule for other games as well.
It's the rule for the printers at the office. I leave a hammer in their line of sight. I want those printers to see where that hammer is.
Yeah,
And they've been
printers-
working ever since.
Leave a copy of Office
There we
Space
go.
around.
No, not at the office. The only thing we have in the office is, for some reason, the sound of music. We do.
The hills are alive. I'm still astonished how Lady Gaga approached that song
Oh, I have
I'm,
no.
on Oscars a few years back.
Nope, didn't see that one.
You have not seen it? Oh,
No.
she was brilliant, and
What?
so it was such a beautiful tribute to Julie Andrews.
Bear in mind, I don't watch TV, and currently, while we have a TV, it's just for
During
internet
the
stuff.
Oscars gala,
Hey, so we have 3 Ferengi ships on our team.
What a surprise!
shockingly, right? No one
Yeah.
expected that.
That was yesterday. How many Ferengi
I
ships
mean-
can you get?
Well, one of them is using the hull design of the. Well, actually, that one looks is set up to look like a Quark Marauder.
No, this is just
If
one.
you have it, I think they're interchangeable. I have a feeling.
Well, I'm not 100% sure exactly what the difference between the Quark costume is and the one that I'm using. Because, like, the whole, like, gold-plated hull thing is a whole material, not a configuration option.
I wouldn't know. I don't own
There we
the
go.
Quark Marauder.
Yeah, me neither.
It's never on the list of my priorities. I like the Decora
The
more.
decor is nice, yeah.
That's why I just swapped this one to Decora design. I think Decora has a bit more polygon detail and overall. I think they've revamped the model to look a little bit more like on the shows. Actually, looks like. It's funny, it doesn't look like a big ship, but considering the amount of windows on the aft hull, it looks like it's packing quite
Well,
amount of
it is
facilities in
actually
there.
supposed to be comparable in firepower to the Enterprise D. In the
I think it was the passing it. I think I remember it was quite puzzling and impenetrable to the Big D to actually tackle, so it was quite formidable. But then again, I don't remember it being sizable. Like, it wasn't as big as the Big D.
Well, it was pretty large. Whether it was technically the same size or not.
This one's Get Charged, if you guys didn't know that one.
Yeah. Someone
This
on
one.
our team got one.
I got
I'm getting
one just now. This is just not a particularly maneuverable ship, so.
Honestly, this Marauder isn't either. But I do have a
Well, no, it's a battleship.
great.
All right, where's it like 2 out of like 5 or something?
I got another one. It's gonna take 6.
Oh, it's electric charge. I
Yeah.
haven't noticed that. That's the thing. You just don't see it.
Yeah, you pick it up at the bottom of the entryway.
Yeah. They should like translate them a little bit better because you don't see that. You better
mean,
have a
it-
look down.
I mean, if you read the task thingy, it does tell you.
What? We're supposed to read?
No, I'm sorry. I'm not reading an intro. They have flybys and cutscenes that can show you everything.
No,
of the
no, I
intro.
mean like the actual quest objective thingy.
Yeah, no.
And I understand that, but they just got like give you a cutscene or something at the beginning instead of like a skippable cutscene. So if you don't know it, just watch it
One of
during
the things
briefing.
with this
Well-
is that
Oh shoot, blue team got there.
it's partially randomized.
It is, but it could just give you a general overview. There are ways. It's a video game. It's not
Well,
set
at
in
the
stone
beginning
how
of
it works. I'm just not reading.
at the beginning of
Well,
So many
Jonker, they
briefings
explain
to
them.
read.
I mean, that's the reason why we have a task thingy, is to tell you what you're supposed to be doing right now.
And it says open door 1.
The other team's on its way over, so
relay carry energy charges to the door.
Yeah, you gotta scroll to that. People don't remember about scrolling
no,
down.
it's right there. It's in,
Depending on how you have the task list, it will be.
yeah, it's on my
right.
task list. So I can see it. This should be the last one, I think.
Yeah, we're at 85%.
I know I got one. We're not going to win this because the other team's already done. But
So you can actually win this?
yeah, first team to get everything
I don't
done.
think I've ever been on the winning
It
side.
gives you a tiny optional objective bonus if you're on the winning team.
Oh, it's keys. Ugh, it's the door pull.
Oh, I hate this one.
Yeah, well, doesn't matter. You can take it easy because the other team's already started it. I'm sure they're way ahead of us. But at least it'll be done. Even if we lose, it'll still be done.
Yeah, that's the important part, and a key
Well, that sounds
aspect of
actually
the way
cool.
they did the competitive rep design is you don't need to win the PvP queues to get
Completion reward.
I'm going to take the upper right one.
I got up.
Good morning, 47 Alpha Tango. How are you this early
Yeah, but
Thanksgiving
ship
morning?
big enough, it can actually position itself right in the middle and just hold 2.
Yeah.
Look at me. And I'm holding 2.
Is anybody holding the fourth one?
The blue team cleared the third challenge.
Of course they did.
Let's see. 47 Alpha Tango says, then no one would watch the cutscene and everyone would complain about that too. Good point.
God damn it.
Yeah, we need someone doing the lower left one.
Or not, because, you know.
Doesn't matter. But I'm
Yep, there's that.
holding, kind of not. I have a too
Good
small ship.
morning, Cliff.
If I brought a bigger boat, it would hold both of them.
Yeah, this little ship isn't holding too many things.
Yeah.
Well, we're at 50%.
At least nothing is shooting us.
There you go. And we're getting the universal done. Yay! See? See, all done.
Well done.
Yay!
Yes, you see how in the task list it has race to the end in red?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's because the other team won.
Right.
You get like 20 marks if you are the winner as a bonus.
We'll take it.
Although,
Good morning,
since we
Stargate
didn't
Wars.
Since we didn't complete Challenge 3, we did actually lose out on a significant number of marks.
I'm sorry I have to put in that into my give a heckometer of 0.
I know. I mean, it's not. If you actually wanted competitive marks, it might be a mild annoyance, but
Yeah, but at the
you
same
don't care.
time, if you need competitive marks, you can run a random TFO and take them as your prize. Ow, 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 ow,
Yeah,
ow,
I know.
ow. There's other ways to get competitives. Ouch, 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 ouch,
Are you
ouch.
being
Yeah,
multi-layered
I was
dog
on
again?
I was on the opposite team.
Oh, were you? Well, that's why we lost. So there.
Hell, for the key one, I was doing 2 of them at the same time.
Yeah, my ship's too little to do 2 at a time. I've discovered that my big ships.
Oh, no, it doesn't matter what the ship
Really?
is. All you have to do is park in the right spot.
Ah. I must be slightly off center then when I do it. By the way, good morning, Chosen. I didn't even see you up there.
Ooh, I got a good box this time.
Oh, I only got 48,000 Tetrion damage out of the whole thing. Great. Lovely.
Plus, I was
But
in
there
the
wasn't a
Nova
lot of
cl-
shooting in that one, was there?
No.
I got 500,000 EC for my Endeavor box.
I got some rocks. Sorry, I had to say it.
I was
Yes,
in
I
a
did
Nova
get rocks
class.
too.
But this ship is a lot of things. Nimble would not be one of them. Nimble would not be any of them. Is there anything I want from them? No.
Any room for swarm?
Yeah, we can do Swarm.
Yeah, well, one of my endeavors. Actually, I have a very interesting set of endeavors today. Complete Iconian TFOs. 2. Destroy Herald ships. 30.
Well, I have Herald ships, so when we're done here, we could make some of these things happen. But let's go do Swarm. Are you all up for Swarm?
Sure.
Stargate Wars, you want to join us?
I guess I could.
I'm thinking I should stay away from McDonald's today, but they still have that goddamn 40% off thing.
Language!
Oh my God! You already had 2 Big Macs yesterday. That was full set, wasn't it?
Cliff,
Yeah.
it was exactly Charlie Brown. That's why I said it.
It's always interesting to me seeing the different things people come up for aliens, because this one I'm standing next to right now is
Wee woo?
We were
has
practical
pink
engaged.
skin, Andorian antenna, and those Saurian eye shadow things. What race is it supposed to be? Don't know.
Creative. It's a Creato race.
Planet and time is a factor.
Why is the camera spinning around? God, I hate that.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. It's very annoying.
I honestly think what is that sometimes if you have the camera manually panned a certain direction, then it does a map transfer while you have it manually panned. It gets confused about where it's supposed to be pointing.
Oh, I like your
Who just
ship,
joined
Stargate
us?
More.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, Musin. I should have known from the music it was you.
Yes. Yes, you should.
Yes, I should. Take a few mental days off and bleh. See if I can get the rest of this 100,000 damage.
How many days did you take off, and did you look into the promotions tab yet?
I'm sorry, are you in our fleets there, Musin?
Are you talking about the ship that 2 of us are flying?
Yeah. Is that the one you're talking about? The one
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm in the fleet, but
I changed the news of the day, so it's the Grand Nagus loves you and wants you to be happy. So yeah, I was aware of that. In fact, I've been aware of it for a while. Which is
I actually did a stream on Tuesday, where a big part of the stream was figuring out what to do with the gold Nagus.
oh yeah, it's like the first thing
I'm
everybody wants.
happy that I even got it now, because they originally sent me a code that I completely missed out of because I was taking a long break from STO.
Yep.
When I found the code, it was already expired.
Yeah.
Well done.
I was given a heads up because it's a holiday here in the States, and they're like, make sure everybody logs in. Okay.
But Thanksgiving is usually a holiday that people take like 1 or 2 days off
Yeah.
for. And this giveaway is running for a full 2 weeks.
Well, I had been told originally that the thought was going to be a Thanksgiving Day thing, and so clearly they changed that plan. Yay.
I mean, a giveaway like this being 1 day would be kind of insane.
Oh my god, it was so bad actually yesterday because everybody was trying to jump on and claim it that you'd get into the map and hit the button for promotions and be like, 1 moment please. And it took about 30 seconds for the promo tabs to start popping up. But yeah, so as I understand it was a Kel thing, kind of a farewell gift.
Well, Kale has mentioned on multiple occasions that he thought that it was kind of a shame that the Gold Nagus was only available for such a tiny, limited time window the first time.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't just a limited time window.
It's
it
limited
was even
people.
limited by users.
Yep.
Yes.
So this is a nice little thank you. Good morning, One Warped. No plan survives contact with the enemy. Oh yeah, so true.
Hell, in this Friday, we should have the blog for the winter ship.
Well, this week, next week.
Next
one
week
of the
more
two.
likely, just because it's a holiday here.
Remember,
Then-
this will
then
be a
again-
lockbox ship, so
Then again, if it's Pharaoh writing the blog, that
Yeah,
might
that's true.
change things. Because Pharaoh doesn't live in the U.S.
This is
doesn't
true.
Follow U.S.
Well, let's be
holidays.
honest. The only thing you have to do is write it. You could write it a month in advance and just have it set to
You can
go.
schedule it to be
This is
posted in
true.
time.
I mean, that's what I have to do this weekend is get my December posts all set to go and queued up. Because for some reason I forgot December starts real soon. Pardon?
What was the December ship last year?
What was the ship last year? It wasn't the Eisenberg, that was 2 years ago. What was it last year? Obviously a memorable ship.
Yeah, well, very memorable ship.
I have no clue.
Everyone's like, oh, did we get the ship last year?
Yes.
To be
Ah,
honest, it would probably be a lot easier to remember if it was one of those things where I was a relatively new player and it was like my first event ship.
Yeah.
That would probably be memorable.
I
but
remember my
I'm-
first Rizian event ship, so yeah, totally get that. One Warp says 4-day weekend, woohoo. Yes, sir, woohoo indeed.
Okay. yeah.
I still remember what Q's Winter Wonderland was like when they still had that Jim Hidar bug ship stuck in the mouth.
Oh, that's right. That goes back a ways. Oh, we got my 150,000 finally on the Tetrion damage. Yay!
Sokov, his eyes uncovered, of course. Was the that ship? Darmok ship.
Oh, the Temerian Defender.
Yeah, Tenerife.
Right.
I remember that was an event ship, but I forgot which event it came from.
yeah. But the question
half my
is,
brain
is
was-
the
What was that?
Go ahead.
question is, what's the lockbox ship? Since there's always a lockbox ship dropping at the same time.
I have no clue. I am so far behind on lockbox ships. I just started. I put money aside every month for Zen, and since there's a Zen sale on, I've been allocating Zen to each account one by one.
The Cryptic team did hint that they wanted to do ships from Strange New Worlds.
Oh, nice. Think they got permission
well,
yet?
Are they going to do the Orion
They're probably
Science
20.
Festival? Maybe.
I think Strange New Worlds is 2025 for
Yeah.
their releases.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But we do know that they did say that they wanted to do the Orion Science Vessel
Yeah.
format.
They need to do
When that's going to come
year.
out, I don't know.
Plus, remember the last time they mentioned ships, they were pretty much explicit when it came to Lower Decks, Prodigy, and Picard in the where. So, I highly doubt the ships will be not from that list.
Eh.
Oh, I mean, they could still give us GOM2. I know it's next gen, but
Well, here's the thing. We already have a model for Gum2 in game. I mean,
Yeah, but
making
it's
it
not a ship.
A playable ship would be an interesting choice because, okay, the lore behind Gum2 is that it's not actually a naturally occurring life form. It was something that people bioengineered to make into a spaceship. So it's literally a living ship. It's not
Yeah, so-
actually like...
So what, we can't play it?
It's not like the Nidarian Defender where it's like a naturally occurring life form. What I'm getting at is that it's something on par with the Undine bioships that we already have as lockbox items. In terms of being, you know, just like some sort of living thing that people use as a ship.
yeah.
That was the basic lore behind GOM2. It's just that GOM2 came from some place that was so far from Federation space.
But that
that
doesn't
no one
preclude
in
it being.
the Federation had seen it before.
That doesn't preclude us being able to play it as a ship. They can write backstory to make it work.
That's my argument for why having it as a ship was a possibility.
Hey, I can write backstory to make it work. If they can't figure it out, Give any of us 10 minutes and we'll figure it out.
The last thing though is that the lore from the TNG episode was focused on Gamtu being alone, and the as far as he knew, the last of his kind.
As far as he knew.
But well, here's the thing though, is that you could always just go with the idea that someone stole the scan data from the Enterprise D and figured out how to recreate the thing.
Gamtu is an autonomous being. Maybe he decides to clone himself somehow. Figures it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, that is an interesting point, is that at the end of the episode, Gamtu didn't die.
Right.
So...
No, he went on.
You know who did die?
Whom?
The Hushna. And we still got their
Hey,
ships.
good point. Good point.
Well, that's another thing, though, is that the...
Kevin Uxbridge killed them all.
Yeah, exactly.
Kevin Uxbridge didn't say that he eradicated every trace of their civilization, and that's what the lore blog that the devs put out for those ships had in it, is that they were salvaged because the people who built them were all dead, but the ships themselves were just drifting in space.
Can I say I don't need a lore blog? I just need my Gomtu. I want my flying space turd.
Is it one of the hollow emitter things that Gomtu?
I don't know. I don't do hollow emitters for ships.
What
I
is
know they
Gomtu?
Gamtu, it's... What is Gamtu? It is a sentient ship that was in a, third season TNG?
Yeah, one of the TNG episodes.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that's notable for having a plot revolving around Betazoids. And Deanna Troi isn't actually the key moving part in the plot, even though it's a plot involving Betazoids.
Which kind of makes it nice, you know? Not beating...
It's different, to be sure.
Yeah, not beating it to death with a stick type of plot.
Well, see, it's interesting because the fact that the guy in that story who was the key moving part in the plot actually wanted to have Data as his assistant because he can't read Data's mind.
Yeah, but didn't they use that plot point in a different one?
Yeah, probably. But it was an interesting thing because the fact that this guy was a Betazoid who had a rare quirk to his telepathy where it's kind of like stuck in the on position, so he can hear the thoughts of everyone on board the Enterprise D simultaneously.
Right.
Which is something that he finds to be rather annoying because it's, this constant...
Yeah, think?
It's not mechanically assisted like the Borg hive mind.
Yeah. You don't have a cybernetic implant that you can turn off when you want to.
Wow. That would make the character of Gunner very interesting in... Do you guys know Gunner from Warhammer?
It says that it eventually committed suicide.
Well, see, like in the show, the reason why the Enterprise D found it was that it had flown to a location near a star that was about to go nova because it was hoping that the star exploding would kill it.
I'm going to head out.
But
alrighty, take care.
The Betazoid guy, whose name I'm blanking on,
Makepeace.
He talks to it telepathically, and then it stops feeling alone and suicidal and decides to go do something else instead of exploding.
Yeah, he flies off with it.
Yeah, right.
This is not to say that there were no fatalities in that episode, because Gamtu blows up a Romulan ship.
It's just Romulans. Who cares?
Tam Elbrun? Was that the name?
Yeah, I
okay.
think that was it.
I had to go look it up. Couldn't remember if that was the right person. Too much lore. My brain can't stand it. Explode. Okay, how about if we explode these ships instead, Chris? Does that work for you?
With dreadnoughts, please.
Something with dreadnoughts. I believe there's a request here for some Herald ships as well.
Yeah. There's that one in orbit of Qonas where we have an Aedan dreadnought to blow up.
Yes, that would be Gateway to Grethor. Does that work for everyone?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Greit, greit.
We will.
Wee woo.
Yeah, Gum 2 was one of those things in TNG they did where if you seriously think about the lore implications of Gum 2, it raises more questions than answers. Because
It was made when space was a lot bigger.
because of the fact that it implies the existence of a rather large civilization that somehow just stopped being there. And that was far enough outside Federation space that the Federation hasn't actually met them.
No, the Borg might have.
Well,
Again,
may
it's that they don't really say why they aren't there anymore, so...
Well, if the Borg met them, I guess I can, speculate why they're not there anymore.
First of all, to quote Douglas Adams, space is big. Really, really big.
Yeah,
Well, it was.
and for all the episodes of Star Trek we've had, they haven't even finished exploring one galaxy.
Yeah. Oh, heck no. I mean,
they
that's...
haven't even fully finished exploring their, the quadrants
Right, exactly.
next to their own.
Yeah, so, I mean, we haven't completely
the
finished
32nd
exploring
century,
Earth, and
they
we
go
keep
next.
finding stuff.
Yeah, but even in the 32nd century, they haven't explored the entirety of the galaxy, so...
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, so we missed one that was down to having one creature ship. Okay, that happens.
Although that's another interesting thing is that when you pay enough attention to the lore behind the crystalline entity, that also has several interesting lore implications to it.
How ironic. Lore
Well,
and
like-
lore.
Like, there has to be more than one crystalline entity.
Yeah. Also, it's like, what the hell did that thing have as its natural food supply if it wasn't people?
Could have been people. I mean,
And it wasn't.
Because like that's one of the other things about it is that there's the whole idea that this isn't what it's meant to be eating, and that it's eating something other than its natural food supply, and that's the reason why it's killing off entire civilizations in the process.
well, it's crystalline. Could it possibly be the mature form of the rice particle that they found down on whatever that planet was?
No,
It's a joke. It's humor.
absolutely not.
Humor.
No humor, much lore.
But like
thanks.
the micro brains were definitely a completely different form of life.
The microbrains.
I know, I didn't name it.
You mean the LEDs in a jar?
No, it was actually a rice. It was a piece of rice.
Well, one of the props they used was actually a quartz cluster.
Ah. They had to be after it got a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Well, like there's the normal sized ones, which are about the size of grains of rice, but then there's the giant version that gets into existence because they are fighting a war against them and stuff.
That's not in the episode, is that canon from a book or something?
No, it is actually in the episode. It's that after they take a sample of the microbrain entities into the Enterprise D, the entities strenuously object to being on board the Enterprise and try doing stuff to fight the crew of the Enterprise.
Oh, okay. When you said into a war, I'm thinking that
I mean,
there's
it's described in the episode as a war because of the fact that they're fighting for control of the ship, and that it is technically fighting an alien civilization, even if it's an alien civilization that doesn't have starships.
I would agree to battle, but I would not agree to the term war.
Well, like I said, that's what they called it in the episode.
Well, they were wrong.
Not entirely. Weren't those like a small microcosm of life form?
It's one of the examples from TNG of a non-humanoid alien race.
Good morning, Joshua.
Morning.
And yes, WC says microbrains. Are politicians a separate life form in Star Trek? Yes, they are. Fun fact, Shirley went to war with the emus. The emus won.
They're never eager to talk about it.
Also,
the emus or the Australians?
Australians.
Politicians
Emus
are
are quite
also a
proud.
separate life form in our world. So doesn't need to be Star Trek.
I'm going to say something you'll all disagree with, but not everything's about Star Trek.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I
Warning.
know. Heresy.
The lizard people are living
Warning,
among us, and
heresy
they're politicians.
There's no heresy.
Warning.
It's just you guys are overthinking that.
Us? Overthink things? What's the parallel to a Star Trek episode that I can quote? Yeah, indeed, one warped blasphemy. Ooh, that was interesting. So, Chris, I just had a wonderful thought about your salvage thing. What do they do when they have to clean up, the dead organic matter from a battle? That could make that a really grim story that you're writing. I'm looking forward to reading it.
I think they just, send the dots to clean up. It was shown in Discovery that dots will clean up in the mess hall after people leave, so it's conceivable that they also do some cleanup stuff.
Nah, they just spray a little layer on top of the Kazon stuck in the bulkhead. It'll be fine. Just camouflage it up with some paint.
Kazon come with their own swipers. They have so many bacteria on them that it eats them when they die. There's no leftover.
WC says heresy. Isn't that Warhammer 40k? No, Warhammer 40k is life.
Yeah, but it's filled with heretics.
Yeah, but we deal with the heretics. The Horus heresies, please.
You guys would have loved the costume contest in Champions Online from last week. Because it ended up being it ended up being off-brand Warhammer 40k themed.
Off-brand. Who are the good guys in that? That's a really good question because it depends on who's writing.
It's a trick question. There is no good guys.
No, that's not true. I mean,
that's true.
I love Caiaphas Cain and Amberly Vale and Gunnar and a couple of the others out of the Caiaphas Cain books. They're all heroes. They're all the good guys. They all wind up doing the right thing.
I haven't gotten to Caiaphas Cain.
Caiaphas Cain is good.
Wow, what the hell happened on your stream?
Why? What happened to my stream?
The pixelation and some weird distortions.
I'm getting nothing here.
Twitch, probably.
You probably had a dropped frame. That's one thing I've noticed with streaming in general, is that every now and then the stream will just get weird, and it's not anything specific, and a lot of the time it'll
probably
just resolve itself in a matter of moments.
Because when I get a drop frame rate from my side, I get a warning flag up in my Streamlabs, and I'm not seeing anything.
Yep.
Oh, no. There was one good guy in the Warhammer 40k universe. He's gone, though.
Which one?
Henry Cavill. He quit.
Oh, no. He hasn't. He's still involved with it.
He quit The Witcher.
Yeah, he quit The Witcher.
He quit The Witcher. He didn't
quit
I heard that he had quit the Warhammer thing recently as well.
I hadn't heard that.
I know he was unhappy with what they wanted to do, but
they have until December to accept the script.
Yeah, I don't think they went with any viable script yet.
He's doing it again, where it's all these lines and gray.
I just saw it this time myself.
This is not normal.
This is imminent computer failure, Mom.
But it's not on my side. Maybe it's imminent your computer failure. Hang on a second.
Oh my goodness, it's doing it again.
The
Yeah.
Aiden Dreadnought tried healing itself?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, no,
Alright.
my Twitch is just laggy as heck, but it's... Oh, there it is. It's pixelating like crazy now, too.
You know the way I fixed it?
I think it's something on Twitch.
I think it
don't
is, too,
think
because it's
you.
not coming off of my slobs. I'm not getting any warnings. However, well, I'd say I'd log off, log on, but I've only got about 4 minutes before I have to go start cooking some food.
Well, that was one of 2 Iconian TFOs. That's quick enough.
Just so you know.
Want to do the ground one now?
No, Chris is here.
Alien.
Yeah, Mum.
Yeah.
We fixed that. If you just pause the stream and replay it, it actually fixed.
There you go.
So,
That will work.
and by the way, my day was absolutely fantastic. Would you like to know what I got today?
Go ahead.
Tetron damage space.
Oh,
Phasing
nice.
damage space.
Ah.
Tetron damage ground. How about that for a day?
Sounds easy.
That's intriguing.
One warped. It's because they had their turkey dinner already, and they're just from turkey dinner. Though it's not the turkey, it's the other stuff, the good stuff that makes you all exhausted.
My
it's
very
all-
rare personal endeavor was kind of disappointing. I got 4 boxes of R&D materials. Blah. And
Yawn.
50,000 energy credits.
I'll
Even more
try
yawn.
something here.
The other day I had nice endeavors. Was kill some ships at Gonkra, kill some Zenkethi, and do some plasma damage.
With your build, that should be doing like 1 volley.
I was pretty quick on completing all 3 of them.
Yeah, hard space damage endeavors, if it's a build that's actually centered on that damage type, are incredibly fast.
Well, I just like that I had Zenkethi and shooting ships at Gonkra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
There are days that
2 endeavors.
in one. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like for mine, it's like Iconian TFOs, Herald ships, and like okay, the third one could be do Polaron damage.
Yeah.
And
Then you get a great day. You guys up for a really quick ISA or ISE?
well, I was hoping to do a second Iconian TFO.
Well, you guys can, but I have to start cooking.
Okay, wow.
So I'm going to do my usual get out of here at 7:00 because
Okay.
I'm making spanakopita and apple pie, both of which don't take long, but they have to have certain steps prepped in advance.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Okay. ISA okay?
Sure.
Sure.
Wee woo.
We will.
Tomorrow,
We're
on the other
very
hand, I
engaged.
don't have to go any place first thing in the morning because the places I have to go don't open till 9 tomorrow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And it's not shopping. Yay.
Lazy morning then.
Yeah, pretty much. I have work-related stuff to do, but because it's a store that doesn't do a lot of holiday stuff, it's like, yeah, I'll come in on Friday, and they're like, that sounds good.
Oh, hi, Fluffer. I didn't notice you were here.
I have one fluffer who's lying at the door going, didn't we weeble? We did weeble. Okay. There we go.
Oh, the long sigh.
Who cares says, Spanakopita and apple pie sounds like a really weird country and western song. Yep. Well, they didn't do any planned desserts because they're going to have a sweet potato thing. No marshmallows involved with it. But my son said it's on the sweet side, so that's fine. Yes, the Ferengi ships are multiplying like triples.
Hey.
Yep.
What?
More Ferengi ships, the better.
Yeah,
When-
no,
More
they've already
Ferengi
infected you with the rules of acquisition.
Do you remember the...
when I was doing my stream on Tuesday evening, there was actually at one point a group of 6 Ferengi standing next to the ESD shipyard.
Yep. I think you mentioned that. Remember that TNG episode where all the Enterprises started just appearing? That's what it's like. We're just going to see all of these Ferengi ships. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
All Ferengi all the time.
We're not going back. You don't know what it's like out there.
Oh yeah, that was the Riker who came from a version of
Where the
The,
Borg overran the Federation.
well, it's implied that in his case they were unable to de-Locutus Picard, and thus Locutus was still doing Locutus things.
So he was extortionary. He basically eliminated us.
If you can't save Picard from being Locutus, you blow up the cube.
Yes, but remember, he knew what Riker was planning to do, so the Riker would have to think differently, and maybe that Riker couldn't, because these are all our alternate timelines, remember?
Well, or it's just one of those things. It's like he tried a different plan. The other plan didn't work. Oops, sucks to be you.
Indeed.
Note that it's very easy to take out a Borg cube.
For us, yeah.
For them, if they're willing to, like, forego certain agreements that they made with the Romulans and the Klingon.
Yeah.
You mean the cloaking thing?
No,
That-
the subspace weapons thing.
Yes, that would make ripples in the subspace
okay.
and prevents
So-
from movement and warp travel.
I often refer to the episode in Voyager where the Kazon obtain a replicator matrix that the casing's damaged and all the Kazon end up phasing out of sync with non-organic matter. And they end up in the bulkheads and the ship.
It's not that they phased. It's that the replicator wasn't placing the
Properly
replicated
created.
matter in the location it was supposed to. It was placing it in random locations in the room. So it was placing like pieces of a replicated coffee cup inside the person who ordered the coffee in the replicator and stupid stuff like that because it just wasn't working right.
Oh, I remember that plot being that organic and non-organic matter went out of sync.
No, it wasn't a phasing thing. It was just like it was like replicating things inside of other things.
But if that little itty bitty piece of technology could be that devastating to the Kazon, imagine a weaponized version against the Borg.
Oh,
And
brilliant.
don't tell me humans will not put aside their moral high ground
The
to win that
problem
war.
with trying to make replicators a weapon is the giant amount of energy you would need to actually make it work.
Oh, duh. Yeah, that's why they don't work. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. I'm gonna go start my apple pie crust and all that good stuff. I might be on tonight if I wind up not going to my son's, or even if I do go, it will be earlier in the day, so we may be on tonight. Alrighty, so everyone have a wonderful day. For those of you in the States or whoever else wants to have a wonderful Thanksgiving, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you later. So, stay moopsome.
Moopsum.
Moopsy, Moopsy. Sean, non-believers. Sean.